La Masia has been on a roll in recent years. Lamine Yamal, Pau Cubarsi, Alejandro Balde, Gavi and Fermin Lopez are among the academy products who've propelled Barcelona back up to the top of European football. And Dro Fernandez was supposed to be next off the conveyor belt. The attacking midfielder had made his senior debut in September 2025 after impressing on Barca's pre-season tour of Japan and South Korea, and he was described by sources to The Athletic as manager Hansi Flick's project in La Masia. But instead, he's joined PSG for a deal worth just up to €8 million. So, what happened? Why did Barcelona lose their next La Masia star? Welcome to Tifo Football by The Athletic. On Friday the 16th of January, the morning after Barcelona's slightly fortuitous 2-0 win against Racing Santander, Dro asked to meet with Flick, and the German coach was extremely disappointed by what Dro told him. Club sources, speaking anonymously to protect relationships, said Flick felt let down by Dro's decision to leave, having made a special investment in the teenager's development. You see, less than a year ago, Dro was still playing with Barca's under-18s. He'd always been regarded as a promising prospect, but it was Flick who really took him under his wing. After being impressed by what he saw, he promoted Dro for the summer's tour of Japan and South Korea. So why did he decide to leave? Well, regardless of the special interest, there were some very fair questions about his pathway to the first team at Barcelona. You see, his ideal position is attacking midfielder, where Barcelona already have strong options. Dani Olmo, who's 27 years old, Fermin Lopez, 22, and Gavi, who's 21. Now, in theory, Dro could still have had opportunities as a winger, but Lamine Yamal is 18, Rooney Botke, signed this summer, is 20, and Rafinha, at 29, is an undisputed starter. Additionally, the club ideally want Marcus Rashford to stay, and they're also expected to sign a striker in the summer, perhaps closing the door on a potential role as a false nine. And herein lies the problem. La Masia's talent factory has helped Barca protect their status among Europe's elite clubs in recent seasons, but the fact so many youngsters are now established as senior players means that there is less of an opportunity for the next generation. Yamal, Cubarsi, Gavi and Fermin broke through during troubled times for Barcelona and a lack of top talent in the team. Now, there's elite quality. So, without a pathway forwards, perhaps sideways is the next best option. Now, The Athletic reported that Chelsea were also in the mix for Dro's signature, but Luis Enrique's PSG was ultimately the most appealing project to the player. And Enrique's agent and close friend, Ivan de la Peña, a fellow former Spain international, also represents Dro. And Dro is the kind of footballer that does suit Luis Enrique's style, an attacking midfielder with high IQ on the pitch, effectively allowing him to operate anywhere across the offensive front. And yet it is still hard to envisage him getting significantly increased game time in the French capital. Spain international Fabian Ruiz, 29, is the only midfielder in the PSG team older than 25. In attack, Ballon d'Or winner Ousmane Dembele, 28, is the only player above 24. The squad is competitive and full of players in the early stages of their careers. Dro adds to that list. And here's another question. Could Barcelona have done something more to keep him, especially if Hansi Flick wanted him so badly? Well, for a start, young players in Spain can't sign their first long-term professional contract until they turn 18. Before that, clubs have limitations over the duration of the contracts they offer to youngsters, as well as their release clauses, which must remain low. Dro, who only turned 18 in January 2026, was still on his base academy contract. All players in La Masia on those terms have a €6 million release clause that Barca can't really improve. Marc Guéhi signed for Chelsea in 2024 by triggering the same clause. Now, there have been some special cases in which Barca have managed to reach a verbal agreement with players before they turn 18. That happened with Yamal in 2023 after he made his first team debut at 15. Cubarsi, who turned 19 in January 2026, followed a similar path. Before them, similar situations happened with Ansu Fati, who's now on loan at Monaco, and Ilaj Moriba, who's now with Celta Vigo. He's an excellent player, but we can't become crazy as a club, a Barca source told The Athletic when asked about the Dro situation. We need to keep it sensible, and we can't offer huge contracts to every youngster with an interest from abroad. Dro's departure is now accepted with resignation. Losing one of the most precious talents from La Masia is not good business, and there's an emotional value attached to losing one of your own. But Barcelona believe that they acted in the only way that they could. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. The Athletic is home to some of the world's best sports journalists, including David Ornstein, Daniel Taylor, Ollie Kay, Amy Lawrence and James Horncastle. With the latest transfer news and insight on every Premier League football story that matters, theathletic.com puts you inside football.